Your home could be growing mold right now. And the scary part? You may not even see it. Behind furniture, inside closets, under damp towels, around bathroom corners, even beneath your mattress. In a hot, humid climate, moisture doesn't need much time to become a problem. But Japanese homes have a different approach. They don't wait for mold to appear. They build simple habits into everyday life that remove moisture before it becomes a problem. And these habits aren't complicated. No expensive renovation, no complicated technology. Just 12 surprisingly simple Japanese habits that keep humid spaces dry, clean, and far less friendly to mold. Because in Japan, the smartest way to fight mold is to never give it a chance to start. Habit number 1. Ventilate your home every day. Humidity doesn't always come from outside. Cooking, showering, drying clothes, and even breathing constantly add moisture to the air. If that moisture stays trapped inside, it eventually finds cold walls, dark corners, and hidden spaces where mold can grow. Japanese homes often treat ventilation as part of the daily routine. Open windows when conditions allow. Use exhaust fans, and let fresh air move through the rooms instead of allowing humid air to sit still. It sounds simple, but the goal isn't to remove mold, it's to remove the environment mold needs before it ever becomes a problem. Habit number 2. Never leave wet towels sitting around. A towel may look harmless after a shower, but it can hold a surprising amount of moisture. Leave it crumpled on the floor, over a chair, or inside a closed laundry basket, and you're creating a small, damp environment that stays wet for hours. The Japanese approach is simple. Spread towels out immediately after use and give them enough airflow to dry completely. Because when something is wet, the fastest solution isn't hiding it, it's drying it. Habit number 3. Don't leave the bathroom wet. After a hot shower, almost every surface can be covered with moisture. Walls, floors, glass, corners, and the areas around the bathtub. Instead of simply closing the door and walking away, make drying part of the routine. Remove excess water from surfaces, keep ventilation running, and allow humid air to escape. The important idea is this. A bathroom doesn't become moldy because you used it. It becomes a problem when moisture stays there long after you leave. Habit number 4. Leave space behind your furniture. A large cabinet pushed directly against a wall may look efficient, but behind it, air can barely move. That creates a dark, quiet space where moisture can accumulate without being noticed. Japanese-style organization often prioritizes accessibility and airflow instead of simply filling every available centimeter. Leave a small gap where practical. It makes the area easier to inspect, easier to clean, and easier to keep dry. Sometimes, preventing mold isn't about cleaning harder. It's simply about giving the air somewhere to go. Habit number 5. Don't overfill your closets. A packed closet may look organized from the outside, but inside, clothes are pressed together, airflow is restricted, and moisture has nowhere to escape. That's especially problematic when you put away clothes that aren't completely dry. The Japanese approach is to think vertically, leave breathing room, and avoid turning storage into a sealed block of fabric. Keep frequently used items accessible. Don't overcrowd the shelves, and never store damp clothing just because it looks dry enough. A good storage system doesn't just save space, it allows air to move. Habit number 6. Dry first, store later. This might be the simplest rule in the entire system. Clothes, towels, bedding, futons. If they're still carrying moisture, don't rush to put them away. Once they're inside a drawer, closet, or storage box, that moisture becomes trapped with them. Japanese home habits often emphasize drying things completely before long-term storage, and that's an important distinction. Cleaning removes dirt, but drying removes one of the conditions mold needs. So before you close that drawer or cabinet, ask yourself one simple question. Is it actually dry? Habit number 7. Air out your futons and bedding. Your bed may feel completely dry, but every night, your body releases heat and moisture into the bedding. Over time, that moisture can build up inside mattresses, blankets, and futons. That's why airing out futons has long been part of Japanese home life. On suitable days, bedding can be exposed to fresh air and sunlight. The goal is simple: let trapped moisture escape before it becomes a hidden problem, because something can feel dry on the surface while still holding moisture underneath. Habit number 8. Don't trap wet shoes inside the Genkan. Your shoes carry more moisture into your home than you might think. Rain, wet pavement, sweat, and moisture from the ground. If you immediately put damp shoes inside a closed cabinet, you're trapping all that moisture in a small space. The Japanese Genkan provides a natural transition zone. Take off your shoes, let them dry, then put them away. It's a tiny routine, but it prevents moisture from spreading deeper into the home. Habit number 9. Pay attention to hidden corners. Mold doesn't always appear in the middle of a room. It prefers places people rarely check: behind furniture, under cabinets, around windows, inside dark corners, and underneath objects that block airflow. That's why cleaning isn't just about making visible surfaces look good. Move things occasionally, check hidden areas, wipe away condensation, and keep those spaces dry. The rule is simple: if you can't see a space, don't assume it's dry. Habit number 10. Control humidity before it becomes a problem. Ventilation helps, but sometimes it's simply not enough. During rainy seasons or periods of high humidity, Japanese homes may rely on air conditioners, dehumidifiers, or other moisture control methods. The important part isn't the device, it's knowing when moisture is becoming excessive. Instead of waiting for a musty smell or visible mold, control the humidity early, because prevention works best before you can see the problem. Habit number 11. Don't fill every storage space to the limit. More storage doesn't always mean better organization. When cabinets, closets, and storage boxes are completely packed, air circulation becomes difficult, and hidden moisture becomes harder to detect. A better system leaves some breathing room. Keep similar items together, make frequently used things easy to reach, and leave enough space to clean and inspect the area. Good organization isn't about using every centimeter. It's about making every centimeter easy to manage. Habit number 12. Deal with water immediately. A small puddle, a wet towel, condensation on a window, a leak under the sink. These things may look harmless, but leaving moisture alone gives it time to spread. So don't wait until the end of the day. Don't tell yourself you'll clean it later. Dry it when you notice it. This is the final principle behind the entire system. Don't fight mold after it appears. Remove the moisture that allows it to appear in the first place. Ventilate, dry, leave space, control humidity, and keep checking the places you normally ignore. That's how a few simple habits can turn a humid home into a much drier and more controlled space. And that's the real Japanese approach to humidity. It's not about cleaning harder. It's about creating habits that prevent problems from growing in the first place. Ventilate the air, dry what gets wet, leave space for air to move, control humidity, and never ignore the hidden corners of your home. None of these habits are complicated, but together they create a system. A system that keeps your home cleaner, drier, and easier to maintain. Because sometimes, Japanese genius isn't about inventing something complicated. It's about turning a simple idea into a habit that quietly makes everyday life better. If you enjoyed discovering these Japanese home systems, subscribe to Japan Genius. And I'll see you in the next one. Sayonara.